Animal welfare activists have renewed their campaign to have jumps racing outlawed after a fatal accident during a steeplechase event at the annual Easter races at Oakbank in South Australia. A horse named Vivacity had to be destroyed in the second death since the jumps racing season began 2 weeks ago. South Australia and Victoria are the only states that allow jumps races, and despite persistent protests and threats of legal action, neither government shows any sign of banning the events. Mike Sexton reports.
Every Easter, the trumpet's cry lures tens of thousands of people to Oakbank in the Adelaide Hills for one of the nation's favourite picnic race meets.
The beauty of movement, of the horses jumping over the fences, I mean, that's all heavenly, it's divine. I mean, I anticipate with great love and joy this time coming around every year.
Aside from the social aspect, one of the reasons for its popularity is that Oakbank is one of the few meets in Australia with jumps races.
They're ready to go, set for a start, and he lets them go.
Racing started here in 1876 when a track was literally carved out of the side of a hill. So winners at Oakbank tend to be the sort of horse Banjo Patterson would have written about. Strong, small and brave.
As they come to the fallen log on the first round.
The demanding course includes an old tree that fell across the track and has been incorporated as a jump, while the back straight is an uphill run that on Saturday was too much for the 10-year-old gelding Vivacity. The Victorian horse broke a shoulder and had to be destroyed. This video of the aftermath was shot by protesters who say it's the 24th horse to die at Oakbank in the past 30 years.
Make no mistake, nothing can save jumps racing. Horses are killed over live hedges, horses are killed over South Australian jumps, horses are killed in Victorian jumps, horses are killed all around the world whenever obstacles are put in front of them. While jumps racing continues, it is going to continue to maim and kill horses. The only way to stop it is to ban jumps racing.
We're here because we love horses and we don't want to see them come to grief in jumps racing.
The campaign to ban jumps racing has targeted Oakbank because it's the highest profile meet in one of only 2 states where this form of racing is still legal, the other being Victoria. Across the border, the campaign was energised by the chaotic images at Warrnambool last year. Then in the first race of the new season at Sandown, a fall ended with a horse being put down and anti-jumps campaigners saying they may take their fight to court.
Legal action is definitely an avenue that we are pursuing with this campaign. We feel that it is the appropriate time to do so. Jumps racing has created a reputation for itself that every year it will kill horses, so it is undoubtedly going to continue to kill and injure horses, and we are hoping that the RSPCA South Australia will prosecute trainers, owners or anybody who participates in jumps racing.
The Oakbank Club doesn't believe the legal threat is credible.
The best advice we've got is from the most senior legal counsel in South Australia, who have totally refuted that the RSPCA have got the right to prosecute on something like that. It's just a pie-in-the-sky idea that someone in the Law Society came up with.
Race organisers claim they've made a safer track. One example is hedges that have been grown to replace artificial barriers.
This year is the first year we'll be having 6 hedge jumps in the fallen log. And the hedges are much more forgiving. Horses tend to jump them better, and they can actually make a mistake without causing any great accidents. You'll never eliminate all accidents, no matter what you do.
I sympathise with these people that say a horse got killed. Yes, he did get killed, but he saved 10 others. Because there's no jumping races, these horses will go to a knackery and they are killed.
Les Thompson is a retired jumps jockey who won the 1964 Grand National at Flemington. He believes horses and riders struggle more now than in his day because there are fewer events, so the horses don't have as much jumps training.
I can realise that people are trying to make it safer, but I think they're making it dangerous. The horses are going faster. In my day, a horse would look at a jump, he'd settle himself down before he jumped it.
Jumps races stopped in Queensland in 1903, in Western Australia by the 50s and Tasmania 5 years ago. But the campaign's biggest victory was in New South Wales in 1997.
Jumps racing is only a small element of it, particularly when it comes to betting turnover. It's only a small element of the overall betting holds on racing, and of course flat racing is a predominant betting medium for punters in Australia.
Today at Royal Randwick, the only place punters could see jumps was on the telecast from Oakbank. Daily Telegraph turf editor Ray Thomas believes there is a place for jumps racing, but says the risks cannot be eliminated.
The administrators did bring in a rule where jumps jockeys couldn't go too hard early in a race, so they're all factors that they've addressed, tried to measure to improve the safety of both horse and rider. We shouldn't forget the jockey in this issue as well. And as I said, overall, a lot of the key indicators are that the fatalities and injuries are down, so the measures are obviously working.
Racing Victoria points to a 40% reduction in fatalities in the past 4 years as one reason they'll continue supporting jumps racing. The other is a multi-million-dollar injection of funds from the state government that's increased prize money, suggesting, like at Oakbank, jumps races and the excitement created by occasional spills are a drawcard for crowds.
There is an element of danger, there's no question about that. But I think the horses are trained for it, so, everyone knows the risks and everyone comes.
Obviously, people feel so strongly about it. Probably has almost had its time in South Australia, but I know that around the world people love it so much, so it's a tough one, I think.
The final results from the Easter Carnival at Oakbank, more than 60,000 people, 16 races, 2 falls and a fatality, and one thing protesters and racing officials can agree on.
Jumps racing only contributes 1% to the racing industry and is responsible for 99% of the bad publicity.
Mike Sexton reporting there.